Clarity Clinical Solutions.
Generic versus brand name drugs. What's the real difference? Same active ingredient, 80% less cost. But are they really the same? The science behind bioequivalence explained. Why patients notice differences. The science and psychology behind perceived differences. Some patients report that generics work differently or cause different side effects. There are several possible explanations. Different inactive ingredients can affect absorption for narrow therapeutic index drugs. Individual patient metabolism varies. Different pill size can affect compliance. And there is the nocebo effect of knowing you took a different pill. For drugs with a narrow therapeutic index like warfarin, levothyroxine, and certain anti-seizure medications, some doctors prefer brand consistency because even small changes in blood concentration can be significant. The generic drug industry saves the U.S. healthcare system billions of dollars each year. In 2022 alone, generics saved $338 billion. Over the past decade, the total savings exceed $2 trillion. Multiple generics drive prices even lower, and programs like Medicare and Medicaid depend on generics. However, challenges include low margins leading to market exits, drug shortages when few manufacturers exist, price spikes for older generics with limited competition, and quality issues at low-cost manufacturers. Biologic drugs made from living cells cannot be copied exactly like small molecule drugs. Instead, we have biosimilars, which are highly similar but not identical. Unlike generics, biosimilars cannot be proven identical, only highly similar. They require clinical trials for approval, have more complex manufacturing, and are typically 20 to 30% less expensive, not 80%. Biosimilars for drugs like Humira, Remicade, and Herceptin have expanded patient access to life-changing biologic therapies at lower cost. Generic drugs are a cornerstone of affordable healthcare, rigorously tested for bioequivalence, manufactured to the same quality standards, and trusted by doctors and patients worldwide. When you choose a generic, you are not settling for less. You are choosing a scientifically proven equivalent at a fraction of the cost. Thank you for watching. Brought to you by Clarity Clinical Solutions, LLC. A generic drug is a medication created to be the same as an already marketed brand name drug in dosage form, safety, strength, route of administration, quality, and performance characteristics. Key facts: generics contain the same active ingredient, same dosage form and strength, same route of administration, and same indications. Today, 90% of prescriptions filled in the U.S. are generics, and they cost 80 to 85% less than brand name equivalents. The approval process. How generics get to market through the ANDA pathway. Unlike brand name drugs that require years of clinical trials, generic drugs are approved through an Abbreviated New Drug Application, or ANDA. The ANDA requires proof of active ingredient sameness, bioequivalence studies in healthy volunteers, the same manufacturing quality standards, and the same labeling and safety information. What it does not require is new preclinical safety studies, large-scale clinical efficacy trials, or new phase 1, 2, or 3 testing. Why? Because the brand drug already proved safety and efficacy. Bioequivalence is the heart of generic approval. It demonstrates that the generic drug delivers the same amount of active ingredient into the bloodstream at the same rate as the brand name drug. In a typical study, a small group of healthy volunteers takes the brand drug first. Blood samples are taken at multiple time points. After a washout period, the same volunteers take the generic version with the same sampling protocol. The two concentration curves are compared statistically. The acceptable bioequivalence range is 80 to 125%. Inactive ingredients. Why generics can look different and why it usually doesn't matter. Generic drugs are allowed to have differences in inactive ingredients, appearance, and sometimes certain aspects of formulation, but the active ingredient must be identical. Brand drugs have unique pill shape and color, proprietary inactive ingredients, and patent-protected formulation. Generics can have different shape and color, different inactive fillers and binders, and can differ in preservatives. They must be bioequivalent, not identical. Quality and safety. How the FDA ensures generics are safe and effective. Generic manufacturers must meet the same strict current good manufacturing practice standards as brand name manufacturers. The FDA conducts regular inspections. Quality standards include the same cGMP regulations, same stability testing requirements, and same impurity and degradation limits. Post-market monitoring.